quick opening statement from Terry, and then we'll go to questions.
Yeah, opening statement. It was a game of two halves. Thought the first half we came out and fought valiantly. We got the critical takeaway late in the second quarter. Offense converted. We scored 2 touchdowns in the red zone against a team that's number 1 in the country in that area. And we came out in the second half, and the third quarter set the tone for them. They got 14 points, and we just never could respond. I'm super proud of our guys for fighting to the end. They didn't quit, but we have to learn and to finish. Questions?
All right, we'll start with Mark, and then we'll go to Rich.
Terry, you were very cognizant of what the receivers could do if they got behind you. What happened? Was that more a matter of the DB struggling, or the pass rush, or some combination?
I think it's a combination of all things. Lack of pass rush, lack of DBs covering. There's times we're in man, there's times we're in cover 3. It was a point of emphasis. It was keys to victory. You cannot let them beyond you. Now, credit to those guys. They are the 2 best guys in the country. Just watching these guys live, and I don't mean this disrespectfully to the past Ohio State receivers, these 2 are better than all of them, and those guys are all good. So they put it on film, and they were outstanding today. We could not cover them.
Rich, and then Todd.
Terry, over here. What happened to the offense in the second half, and why weren't you able to throw the ball vertically as you had said you intended to do?
Yeah, we continued to struggle in the vertical pass game. There was some opportunities in the second quarter where we had some 3rd and long situations, and we threw the ball in that intermediate range. Ethan threw some nice balls and some nice conversions. We didn't follow it up in the 3rd or 4th quarter. I have to get that fixed. It's something that I have to go in and talk with the staff, and there's no exceptions. I have to get it fixed.
Todd, and then Audrey.
Coach, I wanted to ask you about how you use Nick Singleton, getting him some momentum to use his speed to get to the edges. We'll see more of that in the future as far as the way that you utilize Nick.
Yeah, that was a point of emphasis as well in the game. Try to get Nick going. He's one of our top 2 guys to touch the ball. He got going in the first half. The perimeter runs, he did a great job. We have to keep him, involved in the offense. He's a major part of it, and that will be a point of emphasis going forward.
Audrey, then Neil.
Is your opening drive, you guys moving the ball a little bit, running up 3rd down? Was there any consideration of going for it on 4th rather than punting? Why did you guys?
Yeah, another key point of emphasis was winning field position. We know what their offense is. We felt like let's give them a long field. They had 90 yards to go. Unfortunately for us, they went 90 yards. But hindsight's 20/20. But we wanted to make sure we won the field position battle, and in the first half we did win the field position battle. We're in the game. In the second half, we didn't win field position, and we did not win the game.
Neil, then Daniel.
Terry, you guys are going through a lot. How do you see the team's mental state and where you are right now and where you're going?
Yeah, they're obviously hurting. We're in the middle of the storm, and we just can't figure how to get out of it. The seniors are hurting. I feel awful for those guys to end their careers this way. It's very challenging. It's challenging for all of us. But we have to figure out how to keep fighting. We're gonna keep chopping wood. The one positive of the game, these guys did not quit, and that's a tell to who they are as well. We just got to figure some other things out.
Daniel, then Max.
Terry, how would you assess how Ethan played today, and what are some things you think he did well?
Yeah, those 3rd down throws. He made some big 3rd down throws. He once again managed the offense in a hostile environment. I don't think we had any snap count in violations. I thought he ran the offense. I thought he did what was expected of him. Ohio State is a talented team. They put pressure on him. I thought he got much better from game 1 to game 2, and I continue to look forward to him just continuing to get better week by week.
Max, then Bob.
Hey Terry,
what went into the thought process of having Liam as kind of the gadget quarterback there, and why do we maybe not see a whole lot of Kobe and Tyseer in this one?
Yeah, Liam was, he played a little bit of quarterback in his past. We wanted to make sure, the biggest thing that is challenging when you go through who can give you some, we call it lion cat type of looks, is who can actually get the snap off in a hostile environment, right? We're doing snap cadence, and it's tough for our backs to be able to do that, so it's hard to run the lion cat with those guys. We just felt like Liam had a good grasp on it. So, we felt it was the right thing to do.
Bob Benelli.
Terry, you got Venga back today, and I'm sure that was, obviously important, but you also made a change at right tackle. You had Donko there. What went into the decision to put him there, and we didn't see that much of Rucci? What was the reason for that?
Yeah, just, offensively, we just felt it was the right thing to do for this week. Obviously in the first half, it worked exceptionally well. The second half, it just didn't work as well. So, we'll continue to try to move the pieces around. We're pretty deep at the offensive line, and, we do have the flexibility to be able to move some guys around.
Allie and John.
Terry, you just said you feel awful for the seniors ending their career this way, but there are still 4 more games to play. How can they use that opportunity to set the tone for what this program could do in the future, although their careers end this season?
Yeah, it's an opportunity for us all to continue to grow as people, as young men. These are tough life lessons, right? And as we play ball and we choose this path, these are lessons that we'll learn for a lifetime. The beauty of sports, it teaches you everything. It teaches you how to win, it teaches you how to lose, and it teaches you disappointment, happiness, every emotion there is. It teaches you it and how to handle it. Don't get too high, don't get too low. And that's the one thing that we're trying to emphasize in the building is, you're going to make a good play, you're going to make a bad play, but the next play is the most important. So that's what we want to focus on.
John and then Andrew.
Terry, I want to go back to the vertical aspect of the passing game. Are the failures there more on the execution from the players or from the play calling from the coaches?
Well, I would say it's a combination. Sometimes when you throw the ball down the field, you need better protection. Protection broke down a few times in that case. And then it's also play calling. We have to be able to call the plays that push the ball vertically down the field. And, once I get the overall stats, I guess that stat is yard per attempt. It'll tell us a story. And once we see that, I can have better information for you.
Last 2, Andrew and then Joe.
Coach, you mentioned being in the storm and not being able to find your way out. You personally, how close do you feel you guys are? Is it like 1, 2, like 3 plays away from like just getting a seam to get out? How close do you feel you are to getting out?
Yeah, we just need one momentum play, and that momentum play has to follow up. And it's just like the takeaway right at the end of the second quarter, and then the offense punches it in. We have to be mature enough to come out of halftime and capitalize on that. Get a 3-and-out stop. Offense get the ball right away, and that middle 8 score again. And we just haven't been able to just put a full quarter of that together, and that's the challenge. So we're going to keep fighting that and try to correct it.
Last question to Joe.
Terry, we haven't seen too much of Chaz in Big Ten play since it started. Today it looked like he was doing some of the things that he was doing well in non-conference play. What did you see from him, and how can you kind of build on that going forward as a young player just on that defensive line?
Yeah, Chaz is an extreme talent. Sometimes in Big Ten play, these guys are big. They're horses up front. When we played Iowa, they were a big body. That's where we felt the matchup wasn't in his favor. We felt like today the matchup was in his favor. He's going to be a major part of what we do going forward, and he's a point of emphasis for us to get going.
Thank you, Coach.